Hey guys, welcome to my video. So I'm at Stop and Shop right now. My car is parked. I went in to get some food. Man, they have some good stuff in there. Especially the that section where you guys go and get the whole deli section. Awesome. But let me get back to this video. My situation right now is my car is not starting. My engine is not cranking. I can't get my car to crank. All right, and this is not the first time. This is like the second time within the last couple months. That last time, I thought it was the battery, and it was in the morning. Obviously, my car is parked overnight, so try to get my car started, and it wouldn't do anything that last time. And tried it about 10 times, and on the 10th time, I think it started, and I was thinking maybe it was a weak battery. That was the case. Hasn't happened since, but it's happening right now. And I have 2 buckets of ice cream that I bought that is melting at this moment because I've spent the last 45 minutes trying to get my car to start. So basically what I did was I went out. I made sure to turn the headlights on because I thought it was the battery. So I went out to turn the headlights on, and the headlights were pretty bright. So I was like, maybe it's not the battery. But I can't be 100% sure of that. I couldn't be 100% sure of that. So I spent like the next 5 minutes asking a couple people to help me jump my car, just in case it was the battery, for whatever reason. So I did, after asking about 3 or 4 people, got this one dude to help me jump my car. Really appreciate it. Whatever his name is, whatever he, But got my car jumped, tried it a couple of times, didn't work. So pretty much rested the cables on the battery for a good couple of minutes. Try to start it, nothing happens. So at that point, I was thinking to myself, all right, it's probably not the battery. I was hoping that it was the battery because that would have been an easy fix. And my ice cream would be in the fridge by now. But unfortunately, that's not the case. That wasn't the case. So I was thinking to myself, maybe it's the alternator that's broken. Because I did had to change the alternator about 6 months ago. Had about the same situation, but I did get a jump, and that did start it. But once I took the cables off, it died out. So, thinking about that, I don't think that's the case considering, I did get a jump and I heard nothing but a click. Every time I would try to start it, I hear a click right afterwards, like a faint click. And the more I try to start it, the more of a faint click that it is. So I was like, okay, it's not the alternator. My car didn't die on the road. The engine was not running when I had issues starting it. So that wasn't the case. Unfortunately, it's not the case. So nah, man, it's fine. I don't. It's fine, man. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. All right. So this guy's asking me if I need help with my car. So basically, I went out, took the cover off the fuses and the relays, because I think it might be the fuses and the relays. It could be one of those issues. So popped the cover, and I was looking at the fuses and the relays, and all of them look pretty good. And I think that clicking I heard was probably from the relay itself. So I went back to the battery. I'm like thinking my terminals were pretty corroded. Because I just looked at the battery. I'm like, what are the chances that there's corrosion, around the ring of the terminal? So I pretty much was able to get the terminals off. They weren't tight. The cables weren't tight on the terminals. So I was able to just work it back and forth and took both terminals off. And they were pretty dirty. So what I did was I had a can of Sprite. Because I bought like a 6-pack. I was like, all right. I had one drink. I had one can for myself. And then the other can I used on the terminals and the cables. All right. Because you guys ever run into that issue where, that your cables are kind of corroded? Just pour some soda on it. All right. It should kind of get rid of the corrosion. And I did buy a toothbrush. Got my toothbrush that I bought that I was supposed to use, and kind of like brush the debris off. Cleaned it up pretty good. Popped it back on. Try to start again. Nothing. My everything else works good though. I mean, my radio works. The motor blower works. All the lights on my car works. The alarm works. Power windows and doors work. Every single thing worked, except for the fact that I can't get it to crank. So, all right. So back to the fuses. So that didn't work out. I was hoping that was the case, but that didn't work out. So, back to looking at my fuses. I was looking at my fuses, trying to see if any of them were blown. Right? Looked at the fuses, trying to see if any of them were blown. And just from I was looking at a couple of fuses in particular. The fuse for the starter, the fuse for the ECM, the PCM. A couple of fuses I was looking at, and they all look good. So I was thinking, okay, I've had just a couple occasions where a blown fuse, caused the car that I had at the time not to turn on. All right, so one of those times, the main fuse in the fuse box blew. All right, and pretty much what happened was nothing in my car worked. Not a single thing in that car worked. It was like as if somebody took the cables off the battery, where you get no electricity whatsoever, no power, no electricity. All right. So that situation was a blown main fuse. That main fuse connected to the battery, the cable from the battery to the rest of the fuse box. And that's not the case here. That's not the situation here. That's not the case here, because everything works. I'm getting power to the car, full power to the car. No issues whatsoever with any kind of power as far as electricity is concerned, to everything, except it won't crank. So that's not the problem. All right, second situation I had with a blown fuse was the car that I had at the time. I was able to crank it, but it wouldn't turn over. I mean, everything else worked. I was able to crank it, but it wouldn't turn over. And with that situation, no, it's fine. I'm fine. Thank you, though. All right. So anyway, I had to call AAA. All these people are asking me whether I need help with my car or not. I'm gonna have to eat my ice cream. Because it's gonna be 100% melted. I'm gonna have to throw it away anyway. So, anyway, back to my story. What was my story? Right. As I was saying, it was able to crank, but it wouldn't turn over. In that case, I think it was the PCM fuse, the fuse to the computer that was blown. Replaced that, and I was able to crank it. But it's not this situation. It's not this situation. Because I can't crank. There's no crank whatsoever. Unfortunately. So I was thinking, it's probably not the fuses. I can't really know that that's not the fuses. So, but those are the two situations where I had issues with starting with fuse issues. And I was thinking maybe it could be the relay. Possibly. Possibly the relay. So I was looking at the relay to see whether the relays were blown or not. And or whether the relays need to be changed up or not. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's the relay. Reason I don't think it was the relay is because there's a click. And normally I think that click is coming from the relay. Alright? And the relay pretty much relays power from the battery to the starter itself. So if you're hearing that click, it means that there's power going through there. But I can't be 100% sure on that either. Now, the last scenario that I can think of at this point is a starter. Alright, I think it might be the starter that's the problem while I wait for AAA to tow my truck, to tow my car. Now here's the thing. I had the starter changed up about a year ago. I bought a rebuilt starter from AutoZone. Here's the thing. That starter should not be broken at this point. Alright? There should be not a single problem with that starter. However, I did put about 15,000 miles on my car since then, and I do kind of drive a lot, I guess. But that starter should last at least over 100,000 miles. Now, if you guys know anything about rebuilt stuff, rebuilt starters, rebuilt alternators, etc., etc., guys will know that when they do these rebuilds, they normally just change the one single part that's broken. Now, I don't know how they fix it up so that it looks like it's brand new. Everything on there looks like it's brand new. But I hear they do not change any other part except for that one part that's broken. So if you guys buy anything rebuilt, just know that the rest of the alternator has whatever mileage where it broke down on. But that one part is brand new. So, there's a higher chance of the next part breaking down, considering how many miles that are on whatever rebuilt starter alternator that you got. So that pretty much sucks. But the thing about it is, it's like, I think it's half the price of a brand new one, and that's why I got a rebuilt one. That's why I did buy a rebuilt one instead of a brand new one, because a brand new one is like twice the amount. I think like the rebuilt one was like 150, 160. The core was like 40 or whatever. The brand new was like 300, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but But it was expensive enough where I was thinking, all right, I'm just going to take my chances with a rebuilt starter. So that was like about a year ago. And I'm now in this situation where I think that this situation that I'm having right now with my current situation, my car not starting, is probably the result of the starter. I'm not 100% sure at this point. I couldn't be 100% sure of it. I'm not quite sure. I think that's the case, but I'm still gonna have to do a bunch of tests just to make sure that it's not all the other stuff. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my tools with me, so I can't actually just test out all this stuff. Normally with the fuses, I'd be taking a fuse tester and just go through every single one of those fuses to make sure they are good. As far as the relay is concerned, but I'm not gonna bother you guys with that. All right. I'm gonna have my ice cream. I'm gonna eat my ice cream. Not gonna finish it up because I bought 2 buckets of it. I'm gonna get fat from it. While I wait for AAA to pick my car up, I'm gonna enjoy my ice cream. I'll probably be finished. I'll probably be able to finish like a third of it or whatever, and then throw the rest away. It kind of sucks, but I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this. All right, guys. So it's now the next day. AAA took 2 hours to get to my car. All right. Apparently it was a busy day or whatever. They took 2 hours to get to my car so that they could drive it 7 miles to my house. But I still, I'm still glad I have AAA. I've got the, I think it's a gold member card or something like that, where I get 5 rides, 3 of which I could probably get a toll 150 miles or whatever. But it's a good deal because I pay like $125 every year. So if you guys don't have AAA, you guys should definitely get it. But back to this. All right, so got a tow back to my house. My ice cream melted. I did eat about half a bucket. Had to throw the other ice cream away. Sucked. But I was able to get to work on my car. All right. I did the test on all the fuses. All of them were good. All the fuses were good. So I had no issues with that. All right. So it's not the fuses. I tried jumping the battery a couple of times. Did a voltage test on the battery. The battery was fully charged. All right. And tried jumping a couple of times just to make sure it's not the alternator. It wasn't the alternator. All right. So the relay to the starter. Now, at that point, I thought maybe it could have been the relay. Could have been maybe a computer issue. Could be a key fob issue. Could be a brake switch issue. I didn't mention the brake switch last time, but I did have somebody check the back of my back of my car, and then I pressed the brakes just to make sure that the brake switch wasn't the thing that was causing it not to start, and it wasn't the brake switch. The brake switch was good. And I tried the same test. The brake switch was good at home. Okay, so it wasn't the brake switch. Now the relay. Now here's the thing about the relay. All right. I had my hood up, trying to start it. I actually took the cover off the relay just to see. As far as testing it, Now, this is what I should have done like yesterday. I should have taken another relay with the same wattage and swapped it out. But I did that at home, and it wasn't the relay, because I swapped out the relays and the relays were good. So it wasn't the relay, the starter. The starter, which I wished wasn't the case. All right, now I want to make sure that I got everything out of the way as far as trying to diagnose the most simple steps, the most simple stuff. So just to be definitive about it, I took everything apart, got to the starter. All right, I ran a cable from the positive of my car, of my battery, to the clip, the positive on the solenoid, just to see if it ran. It did not. It did not do anything. So at that point, I knew that it was the starter. Knew it was a starter. So I took the starter off, and again, I did a test on the starter itself. Negative, positive, negative, and then positive on the solenoid. It did not start at all. Did not start at all. Okay, at that point, I knew 100% that the starter was bad. Whatever else could cause it, the starter was bad. Took it to AutoZone, had them do a test on it. They did a test on it, said that the starter was bad, and told me that I could get a replacement for free since it was a lifetime warranty. I tried to have them give me the new one, because I don't think I should have spent time or money replacing it the first time and then having to do it the second time. But they told me that's why they're cheaper, because because of issues that might arise as far as, them replacing certain parts and not others, etc., etc. They're not brand new. So I was like, all right, maybe I could have gotten a $300 starter versus, but I didn't want to do that, because then I'd be throwing away $200, $150 or whatever. I would have thrown it away. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do that. All right, so I bought the starter. No, I didn't buy the brand new starter. I had them swap out. All right, I got it for free. It's a lifetime warranty. They gave me a replacement. Drove back home, popped it in, put everything back together, and boom, it works. All right, shut off, turn on, shut off, turn on, shut off, turn on. So it was definitely the starter, guys. It was definitely the starter. So if you guys have this similar situation, just go through the steps that that I pretty much gave you guys, like all the diagnosing, as far as a similar situation that you guys might have. And the situation sucks, because wherever your car is parked at, you're gonna need a tow truck. All right, it's not like you're gonna need somebody to tow your car if that's the same situation, because there's a couple of ways to maybe get the starter start up. If you guys were able to just bang on the starter while trying to turn on, or bang on the starter before trying to turn on, there's a slight chance that your car might start. But here's the thing about it: most of the time it won't, and you're probably gonna have to get a tow. So I really hope that this has helped you guys out. Thanks for staying with me. I really hope this has helped you guys out. If you guys want to give me a thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to me. Please give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any comments at all, please give me a comment. Put a comment in the comment section. I really, really appreciate you guys. All right. Hope whatever situation you guys are, if you guys are watching this video because of it, hope this has helped you guys out, or you guys have gotten something out of it. All right, guys, take care.